Today, more than ever, businesses have a profound impact on cultural norms, values, and really our everyday life. Think about the device that you're using right now. Think about where you shop or how you shop, the last coffee experience you had, and what we do for the environment. As Christian entrepreneurs and business owners, we really hold a unique position by reflecting faith-based principles to conduct our businesses so that we also influence culture in a much more impactful way. What we're going to do today is we're going to explore how God calls us to influence culture by using our businesses. We will look at what we as a collective can do, but then stick around till the end because we're going to look at what each one of us can do individually to have the influence God calls us to have on culture. Join me. This is DeneenTB, your Christian business growth strategist and clarity coach, coming to you here live in the chat just for a bit to talk about how we as entrepreneurs can influence not only our own sphere of influence, but the culture as a whole. You can also read my blog about this on my website at DeneenTB.com. So make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and we can have more people see it. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to be talking about is really upholding ethical standards. It's really about creating a reputation that influences other businesses and who wants to be doing business with us, influences how they want to come towards us, right? As you know, Christian businesses prioritize things like honesty, integrity, and fairness. And no matter who we are dealing with, whether that's our customers and clients, our employees, partners, colleagues, anyone, we want to be an example of Christ. And we want to challenge other businesses to raise their own practices by promoting a culture of accountability and moral responsibility for our own business conduct, right? Let me know if you're with me here live. Okay, the second one is fostering community and compassion. You know, this is another thing that Christian businesses often emphasize, this community engagement and compassion. As Christian business owners, we can be known for our charitable activities, things such as supporting local nonprofits, providing for the needy, and organizing community events. These efforts not only provide immediate benefit to those in need, but also they cultivate a culture of generosity, of care. For example, a Christian-owned restaurant might host regular free meals for the homeless or donate a portion of their profits to local shelters. Such actions actually inspire other businesses and individuals to contribute to the well-being of their own communities as well, promoting that culture of the compassion of mutual support. Another way is promoting family values. This is an important way that Christian businesses influence culture. This can be done by implementing policies that support that work-life balance that we're all trying to get all the time. It could be things like flexible working hours, family leave or a family leave policy, and childcare support for those in your sphere of influence, your company. By doing this, we highlight the importance of family life and even personal well-being, challenging the often cutthroat and profit-driven nature of the corporate world, right? I think of a great example in the Chick-fil-A company. They're known for their family-friendly policies. They have Sunday closures that emphasize the significance of people having family time and rest. These practices can influence other companies to consider similar policies, thus nurturing a culture that values family and actually values personal time as well. Another thing we can think about is providing role models. What I really see are Christian businesses serving as role models in faith in action. That's what I would call it, faith in action. This is seen in leaders who very often publicly share their faith journeys and how their beliefs influence their own business practices. These stories provide powerful examples for us of how faith can be integrated into our personal lives and inspire others to do the same, inspire ourselves to do the same as well. It's worth a little bit of research to look at people like David Green of Hobby Lobby, or S. Truett Cathy of Chick-fil-A, and even John Maxwell, and there's so many more who have been vocal about how their faith shapes their business decisions. I know that is something that I do every single day, helping others to integrate that faith and business model. Because with these stories, these testimonies, they offer encouragement and they offer guidance to us as business leaders and entrepreneurs who really want to integrate our faith and our business together, who want to put that faith into our work. And if we're timid, if we lack some type of courage, or we just feel not brave enough, we have others that have come before us. So I think that's super great. So these are just ways that we can look at as the whole, as an umbrella, right? But let's think about our individual roles, right? How can we make this personal? What are our roles as Christian entrepreneurs? We can make this personal to us and to who we influence. Remember, it's like this. There's a lake and you have a single drop. You are a single person in that lake. You drop it in, but what happens? The ripple goes out. It expands outward, growing larger and more influential, ultimately impacting the entire culture. You are not alone. I want you to know that each one of us, though we may feel like no one around us is a Christian, or no one around us has the same beliefs that we have, no one's putting in the effort to connect our faith and our business, you are not alone. And imagine if you can make that one drop and the ripples go out. What if we're all making our one drop? We overlap, we go out even further. So I think that is ultimately what we want to do. But what does this look like in your every single day? What can you personally do? Well, the first thing is to live out your faith daily. And this really means leading by example, because you're by demonstrating how your faith informs your daily decisions and how you interact with others is that example. This consistency between your belief and your action can inspire others, whether that be team members, partners, networking groups, and your clients and your customers, all of those people. Think about that. God's not calling you to stand on a soapbox. He's saying, connect with one-on-one. Second thing that you can do is to share your story. Your personal testimony of faith can be a powerful tool for influence. By sharing your own personal journey and how your faith guides your business, you can provide really that authentic role model for others in the business community. And again, it doesn't have to be like a press release or an interview or being on a podcast. It can simply be a coffee chat with someone where you share what God has done in your life and how it's influencing your business. Okay, a third way that you can really do this is by mentoring and supporting others. Investing your time, your energy into the next generation of business leaders, of entrepreneurs, by having maybe a mentoring program, providing guidance and support to others, individuals that reflect your own values. This not only helps develop ethical leaders, but it also perpetuates a culture of faith-based business practices. Really, ladies, women, wise women, we are called to teach the next generation. This is called a Titus woman. And many times in the business world, men will mentor men, or maybe you've been mentored by a man. But I want you to consider being a mentor or being mentored by women. Really, we're supposed to bring those values to the younger generation, whether that is younger in the faith, younger chronologically, or younger in business. We have a lot to offer, and we need not to neglect this. This is something that we can do to have that influence, that drop, that ripple go out. A fourth thing that you can do each and every day is really create a faith-inspired company culture. Now, you might not have a big company yet. That's okay. But by developing a work environment that really embraces Christian values, such as things like prayer meetings or prayer before meetings, ethical decision-making workshops, or just some type of support for personal spiritual growth. Christian entrepreneurs can create a company culture that stands out in the marketplace. And now, this doesn't matter if you are just someone who has one employee, or maybe you have a business partner, just one or two, or if you have a 100 or 1,000 working for you. Make the culture a great place to be. And I've always said this, we have to implement these things when we have one or two, not wait until we have 50, 100 employees under us to say, now we're going to have this culture. Start it from the beginning. Have this in mind. Whether you have 1 or 100, you are influencing someone. That is important. Let me know what you think about this so far. Let me know what ideas are coming up for you. This is really important that we take this personally, because our sphere of influence is here. And remember that one person in your sphere of influence has another sphere of influence. And they say in networking that each person knows 250 people that you do not know. So there is such a huge ripple effect that can happen. The last thing I have for you today of what you can do is to really be engaged in social issues. Really take a stand on important social issues, using your influences, using your resources. Be an advocate for the causes that are aligned with your faith. This might include things like supporting pro-life initiatives, advocating for social justice, or promoting environmental stewardship. God is giving you a heart for something that you can stand behind. You don't have to do what everyone else is doing. Get into the game of something that is important to you. I want you to be reminded that you are not alone. Together, as Christian entrepreneurs, as business owners, we can significantly influence culture by promoting things like ethical standards, fostering community and compassion, supporting family values, and providing role models of faith in action. For you, as a Christian entrepreneur, for me as a Christian entrepreneur, this influence is profoundly personal. It's driven by a desire to live out your faith in every aspect of your business. That means that your impact extends far beyond just economic contributions. It means that you're touching the very fabric of society and helping to cultivate a culture that really reflects Christian principles. As we continue to grow, to thrive, Christian businesses will undoubtedly, I believe this, they will undoubtedly play an essential role in shaping a more ethical, a more compassionate, and value-driven world. I don't know about you, but I've kind of inspired myself here. Let me know in the comments if you have been inspired. Would love to know. And let me know what you're thinking about our influence as Christian business owners and entrepreneurs to the greater culture. What is your first step? What are you going to do differently now that you know? If you'd like to chat about this, I would love it. We can set up an appointment. It's free. We could talk about how you can use your business to really begin plop your own ripple of influence from that one to that many. I'll put that link. It's already in the description. When we get off here, you'll be able to find that and be able to click that link, set up your appointment, and we can talk about this. This is DeneenTB. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great rest of your day. And as always,